honey.
Hey.
So what do you think we should do for dinner? How about we starve, considering I stepped on the scale today and gained 5 pounds and now I'm super bloated, so let's just starve. Uh-oh, is it that time of the month again? Try our extremely uncomfortable and overpriced pads. You can either go with wings, so that anytime you make a sudden movement, the adhesive decides to stick to your skin instead of your underwear because it somehow managed to find the one piece of hair you missed while shaving and yank it out. Or you can go wingless and just let that sucker river raft in between your legs, going in places you didn't think was possible. And no matter how many times you readjust it, it still ends up where it shouldn't. Got a heavy flow? Try using 2 pads for extra coverage. But even with 2 giant pads covering you from hole to hole, you will still manage to get blood all over your clothes and stain everything. But hey, if you can survive the embarrassment of bleeding through in public, you can survive anything. Feeling like you're wearing a diaper all day isn't exactly your cup of tea? Well, you're in luck. Don't worry, you can shove these tiny cotton sausages right up your cooter. It will leave this tiny string hanging out of you that will somehow manage to disappear even if you do the most basic things ever, like sitting, standing, or sometimes when you're doing nothing at all. Just be careful not to sneeze too hard, because this sucker will fly out of you like a torpedo. Oh, make sure you change it every couple hours, because if you don't, you'll get toxic shock syndrome and die. But don't worry, if shoving cotton between your legs is weird for you, you can try a menstrual cup. Unlike the other 2, this little guy's reusable. All you have to do is wash it in the sink once you're done, which is almost impossible to do privately in a public bathroom. But what better way to let people know you aren't pregnant than by washing your uterine lining down the sink right in front of their very eyes? What's that? You don't want to shove anything up the volcano between your legs? Don't worry, we also have reusable pads. They save money in the long run and are more comfortable than those diapers I mentioned earlier. But unlike those, you can't just throw these away. No, you get to carry around your uterine lining with you wherever you go, which makes for a real fun conversation if somebody asks, what's in your bag? But no matter what option you choose, we can guarantee that you will feel disgusting, bloated, and just overall miserable for your entire cycle. And no, I'm not talking to you lucky ones that bleed for maybe 2-3 days without so much as a cramp. We already know you're God's favorite and we don't need another reminder. No, I'm talking to those of you that have a raging uterus that thrives on practicing attempted murder. And you've got Eve to thank for that. So order online now, or go down to your nearest grocery store so that every person who sees you walking around with one of these, a tub full of ice cream, and a frozen pizza knows to avoid you at all costs unless they want to catch those hands. I know it sounds awful, but just remember, every period you have is one step closer to menopause. And boy, is that a whole other ballgame you aren't ready for but also can't avoid. Happy bleeding! Try our extremely uncomfortable and overpriced pad. Why do I don't burp when I'm not filming, but it's like, maybe it's because I'm talking a lot. As soon as I start filming, I just can't stop. Don't worry, you can shove these Don't worry, you can shove these Don't worry, you can shove these tiny because if you don't, you'll get toxic shock. Oh, this is gonna be a hard one. Toxic shock syndrome. How do Ice Cream Man make money? I really gotta know. Because he comes through the neighborhood like almost every day and I've only seen him stop a handful of times. I don't know. Any ice cream truck man out there who I'm pretty sure would not want to be watching this video, tell me what it's like. Or ice cream women. Tell me how you make money because it's not making, the math ain't mathin'. Okay, he's leaving. Action. You'll get toxic And no, I'm not talking to you lucky ones that bleed maybe 2 to 3 days a week and get without so much as a cramp. No, I'm talking to those of you who have a raging uterus that survive. Wait, those of you that have raging? No, I'm talking to those of you that have a raging uterus.